Okay, so I should be recording. Hopefully. Can you hear me good, Angie?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So the volunteer intake process. You all should have gotten an email from me and that talked about enrollment. It's open for the 2019-2020 4-H year. And if you did not, I posted it in you all's club's Facebook page. If you have not accessed your club's Facebook page because I gave you editor permission, I'm looking at somebody with my long eyelashes. Okay, I will show you. I will show you. But the big thing is everybody that's returning goes on to 4honline.com. And so, and then you go in, you update your profile, and you do the OYCS training. And then what will happen is we have updated, you know how I had you do your they have a term for them. Lord, let me use the right language. Okay, they said there's legal ease. But anyway, the role that you are provided leadership for, I had you all sign it each year. Same process. So you'll get the updated one from me. You can scan it, send it back to me. I save it, I put it in the system. Now, new rule, if you had a 90-day break, so I know, wait a minute, I know, here's Amber. I know I sent her the message. She didn't tell me she wasn't coming. I sent her a thing in 1 second. So if you had a 90-day break, that means you did not do the process, but y'all three had done your process. I have a few that did not do the process. JB did his, and then there are some old volunteers that want to come back. They have to go through the whole process. So if you have a 90-day break, so you never want to have a break, even if you decide that your role will change. So say if you decided that you just wanted to be a support volunteer, okay? You still always do your process. And then every 5 years, I think it is, you have to do that complete background screening. But if you have that 90-day break, you got to go through the whole process. So I'm gonna tell you all now, get her done. So that's what it says down there, number 2. Get it done. Get it done now. Because I cannot allow you to have a new meeting in September until you are approved. When I say they are dotting their I's and they are crossing their T's, when they met with us in May at our UF symposium, and they was dropping all this stuff on us, and we was like, whoa, wait, what? And we had 11,000 questions, which of course they couldn't answer. And they only had us in the room for an hour. When you drop updates like that, you got to have more time to be able to break it down. And they didn't have some definitive things to tell us either. They were just letting us know. So we couldn't jump the gun and start letting you all know because it was not final. So I went to my training on Monday, and even though my paper says draft, as I understand, it is official. They just have to take the draft off of it. So here we go. Want to remind you all that as part of this program, you have to report child abuse, neglect, and abandonment. That is very important. When you go through that OYCS training, that's part of that training. You're not immune from it, if anything. So if you say, well, I don't want to call you, I'm going to call Yolanda, then Yolanda has to do it. But you have to report that. Okay? Yeah, that part is for me. Yep, do the training. It's up. Oh, and you cannot do it in Explorer, right, Linda? In Chrome. In Chrome. You got to do it in Explorer. Yeah, that part. Yeah, you have to do it in Explorer. So get it done, get it done. They say it takes about 30 minutes. And I have, FYI, I have to do it every year. I'm not immune. I have to do it every year. And they do a background screening on me every increments. So as they keep that current, when they start sending you information, they say it's time for XYZ, you just go ahead and get it done. Don't wait. Don't wait, because we know what happens when we wait, right? It fall all the way back down, way down at the bottom of the list, because life is moving on and all these other things are piling on top that we got to do. So, and these are simple things. Just get in there, get it done. School systems are a little different, because if a club is held in a school or in an after school kind of setting, but is ran by the school, then there's some caveats for those volunteers. But I usually make them go through I still have them do the OYCS training. But if they want to travel with me outside of the school, like, I be doing the single, because I can go this way, but I can't go that way at the same time. Then another person who's a certified chaperone, and that's what your status is. Because you're in a club or after school club, and you send and you go with me as a chaperone, you have to be at the full level of a club volunteer. That screening, because again, that allows you to take our youth and to go places with them and represent Florida 4-H without the agent being there, because you have been screened to the next level of the next level, except for like FBI level, okay? Like, because you're trying to be in that secret service. Just want to say, Dr. Grant had an alum who actually he retired earlier this year, Clarence Lewis's grandson, and when he applied to be in Secret Service, these officially dressed men came in to see Dr. Grant, because they go way back in your life. Okay, so we don't screen you like that, but we do screen you. So that's something that's very important. You need to do the good moral character affidavit. Remember, it does not have to be notarized, but you need to do that. Everything you send to Sophia, do not send it to me, but send me a CC, so I know. Even though she may send it, but just in case something happened, I got the email, and she can say, well, I didn't get such. Also, oh, I got you. She sent me a copy of it. Here you go. So make sure that you do all the things. And you will notice, well, on our 4-H online system, it's built in the questions. So it's in the questions that you have to do. But they added a, where's this thing? The record of volunteer service form, they added that, which you'll see. So you'll see some new questions. And so Ben did a lot of work, so you didn't have to do a separate paper. But if people are filling out the new packet, so if you have copies of the old packet, don't use it. They have to get the new packet. So if they're doing hard copies, they have to get it from us or print it off themselves. But that is very important. So make sure that you take care of your responsibilities as a volunteer, and to do it quickly, so that we can move into the 4-H year and our kids are not behind. Again, I know lots of families are still working through some of their situations. I will share with you all, my roof is not done yet, because I'm in litigation. So I'm waiting for that to happen. And then I have interior that has to be done. I mean, my house is livable, so praise God for that. I'm in my home. I'm not displaced. I'm not down in what's that, Little Farms Road in Havana. I know you would make room for me. I know you make room for me. Or out where I formerly lived in the Gretna. Yes. So that part is very important. If you have any questions or any hangups, anything like that, you need clarification, best thing is to send me an email. And then if you feel I'm moving a little too slow, you better find out and see if I'm traveling. I am traveling next week, FYI. I will be in the office back in the office on the 30th, but I will be in Fort Myers. So that this event ends the state stuff. And I'm not going to the national meeting this year in West Virginia, because the Greenbrier, though, is beautiful, the location is absolutely expensive. The conference is not expensive, but the stay. It's like, no, yeah, no. That is not cool. Say, okay, get it done. Yep, nobody can be appointed to serve without the clearance of the Yep. Now, my returning people that you did your stuff last year, easily you'll get your roll, service roll. You just sign it. You can scan it, send it back, or drop it off. And then I can upload it in the system. And then you'll get your letter. So, and then we have an updated letter that we send. So you'll get all of that. You'll get all of that. Closing out for this year, of course, you know, our last day of the 2018-19 year is the 31st of August. And so if you have not been on Facebook to, you know, wish the kids happy new school year and all those kind of things, you need to do that. You need to congratulate some of your seniors that graduated. You had 4? You had 4, and then you all had a, yes, yes. So you had 5, and then so you want to shout them out, and then I was trying to think. Hush up, don't be laughing at me. And then you want to welcome them to the new 4-H year. So start, use your tools of communication. Though youth do not like Facebook much, because us old folks that moved into it, you want to tell them they need to connect. I use Facebook, and I use I have an Instagram, but Instagram is tied to my Facebook. So I really ever check Instagram. So whatever I post on Facebook goes to Instagram. So they need to communicate. You need to push it, tell them they need to sign up. Okay, yes, I know you, the old fogies is on that, but this is part of the means. Also, get you a phone tree. So we're trying to cover all of our means. If there's something that we need to push through 4-H online, so once everybody's enrolled, and I'll talk about that in a moment, we can push messages through 4-H online. So say if the Livestock Club, y'all agreed to do a fundraiser thing, and say maybe that night it was a super busy night. You want to cover all your grounds. You want to post whatever the fundraiser thing is going to be on your Facebook page. You want to send out a text. Excuse me. You want to send out a text, and then you can bring in a little thing and say, can y'all push this through 4-H line online for our club members? And all you got to do is bring it in, Pam can push it. So it has the capacity. So you want to, so that we can say that we have, besides running folks down and getting in their face, that we have used various means to communicate with our people. And so that is very important. So you want to use your tools that are available to you. Any questions so far? I know I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking, so it's all right. All right. And then as we are closing out the year, I am accepting the individual club and awards excellence, standard of excellence applications. And the deadline is on your calendar. What is that deadline? October 13th. Project books, and then the standard of excellence, and there's the link on your calendar. So I tried to make sure I put the links on there. I know again that we've had some things going on, and so all the clubs would, nah. I sent this calendar out. When I sent this calendar out, y'all, the one I sent out was the updated one. I sent it out back to back. I sent you the first one, and then I sent you the updated one on the same day. Yeah. Don't think you was getting the double email or the double text. Because some people, they send me something, I get the double. No. That second one I sent is this one. So your links are hot. They're good. So I want all of you all's clubs to submit an application. Everybody will get the prize. If you've done anything beyond that, then you could possibly go up. But because we're just celebrating the fact that we have made it another year, I am recognizing you all. But you got to help me. And I need your clubs to submit your application.
I have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Some of our kids have already done their award application things and have them ready, can I start turning them in to you?
Yes, you can, please.
All right. Okay, I'm just making sure because I've got some here that was given to me the other night.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay.
That is very important. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
And then all the other record books and those kind of things, you can get them turned in. I do
Okay.
want to say, mentioning record books, my heart hurt this year. And I don't know if it was because we went through the hurricane. I don't know. But when I would say that, I'm just going to put it just like this. The standard that we have had set for our, and I'm talking to my West Florida, my livestock people, the standard that we have set in the past, we were not even there. I mean, when I start going through books, and these are from experienced people, this is not noobs. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about multiple year people. And again, it may be because, oh, just let it get it done. We've been through a lot. It could have been. And
I'm not for sure on that. I do
get,
know I had one family I mentioned something to, and the parent looked at me and said, it ain't worth doing that book. And he said, we're not doing it.
yeah.
So I don't know if other people had that attitude or just that one specific family.
Right. And I think part of it is to share the reasoning why. Because when the adults think about it, we keep records. And the better you learn how to keep records as a youth, the better it will be for you as an adult. So them record books are not torture, but then also it creates a history. So we have not had anyone submit a portfolio. And a portfolio is the package that you send into the University of Florida. I love Florida 4-H because the rubrics are online, people. Go online and pull the rubric, and you see how they're scored. In order for a youth to be granted an interview, when them packets come in, they are scored, and they have to hit a base score. I don't know, I think it's 89 or 88, I don't know, but it has to hit there before they are invited to interview. What are they interviewing for? They're interviewing for scholarships. They're interviewing for national trips. When those kids who have gotten selected to come in to interview, those scores are thrown out and everything is fresh, but you have to make the cut. So when you're talking to parents, we're not trying to drown them out or, whatever. You have to help people to see why these things are important. So again, I know that last year, it was rough. It really was rough. And even when we had that storm sitting out there earlier this year, I was praying very hard, and I don't care if that's recorded, because I understood that some of our kids have PTSD. Some of our kids have that because of having gone through that hurricane. Some of our adults have it. They just don't recognize that they have it. Yes. So so I understand, the grace, but I couldn't give grace to the books. When I saw those books, I was like, this is not our standard. And someone made a comment, well, maybe I need to do worship. I said, no. Let me let you know that these people that turned in these books have been to previous workshops. They have submitted better quality books. So I already know that they can do better. So yeah, so I had to, and thank you all for that capacity to be able to say that, because that is truth. So anyway, so you want to start working, and you don't want to wait to the last minute. You want to plan as you're setting out your annual planning. You want to have those check-in days built in. You wanted it's those kind of accountability days. And that helps our youth because they have lots of things to do. So if you're already helping them to have that built in as part of something they're coming to, then that takes a lot off of them. Even if they have that clean one that once they finish scrabbling all through this one, which a lot of kids do, then they can make it pretty and nice and full of details. So I just wanted to share that. So I had to mention the record books, and then of course those applications made so for the individuals as well as for the clubs. So every club should submit one, and then of course the individuals that want to submit, that they need to submit, and they have time. So yes, it's not due until October the 13th. So if you want to take those back to them to the meeting And so you really need to relook at this and make sure that you have everything that's in there. The clubs are the only ones that's automatically getting. So just understand that it's just the clubs. So y'all will get the clubs. Each club will get at least the bronze standard. But the kids, they have to put in some effort to submit a good packet. Okay, that's good. So I want to go down the list and then I'm gonna look at all my highlighter stuff on the other side. So starting the new 4-H year, you want to plan, but you want to plan with the youth. Because if the youth have buy-in, they're more likely to participate. Remember, 4-H is something that is done with the youth, not to the youth, nor for the youth. We empower our youth, and it is a youth-adult partnership. It should be mutually beneficial. It's just like seeing that lap quilt. Did I give that back to you? Yes, because she said she'll pick that up from you. Yes. You know, that those kids that work through that, you know, each week coming through and that struggle. Woo, honey. And then to see that product. And yes, Miss Forehand's finishing off, but they went through a whole process. That right there, with me working with them and them putting in the effort, that's youth adult partnership. And it's just like, oh, I mean, I was cheesing when she sent me pictures. Can't remember where I was, but she sent me pictures, and I was just, I was at 4-H University, and she showed me the blocks and stuff, and she had them up on the wall. That was awesome. Did they have it up on the wall when you did your parent night? What did the parents say? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. And for those kids, for some of them, that may have been their only win that summer. Yeah. Yep. So that's something, you know, and that's going to be their community service project. The thing that we're going to do on the 4th, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Whatever we make in that'll be something for them to have. So this one they have to give up. So, but we have enough fabrics and things like that to, if we choose to do that project again, for the kids to have their own personal lap quilt. And can you imagine sitting down on the couch in your house with your own little lap blanket on that you made? And remember, I talked to you all years ago about a praise box that even as adults, you got to have those. When you're not feeling accomplished, you're feeling really challenged on something, and you get on the couch and you just start and you think, wait a minute, I made this. Shoo! All right. I might have to put in a little bit more effort, but I can do it. I did this. I can do it. So, yep. So I'll come back to that. So you want to plan. You want to plan with your youth, your year, and that includes your service projects and also some fun things. You want to promote. So you want to share and promote and market, but I'm here also to help you. I'll be sharing, promoting, and marketing as well. Um, Engagement. Again, you want to engage your youth. That sense of belonging is very powerful. All of us need and feel that and want to belong. We never outgrow it. We never outgrow it. We want people to see us and recognize us and value us as human beings. As much as I hope that y'all get that from me when I tell you I appreciate you. I am grateful for your time. Time is your most valuable asset. I do not take it lightly that you choose to help the young people, even when times when you want to just pull over to the bridge and push some of them out the the vehicle. But you recognize that somebody invested in you. And so that's ain't nobody coming in. I'm not jumping over the thing, girl. I'm not jumping. So invested in you and you all are investing back. That is valuable. And I always tell the kids, I want a return on my investments. And you all make that demand from them. I want a return on my investment. And when you get older, one of those things is that you help somebody else. And so I'll be reaching out to some of my alums. I've been in this county for 20 years. Some of them got cherries. And it's time for them to give back. because somebody invested in them. Now I always say, now you know, if you don't like kids, you just give us the money because I don't. We have to protect the image name of 4-H, Gadsden County 4-H, and all those kind of things, but y'all can give us money. And then I want you to flourish. And flourish means that you're taking care of you. You're not overcommitting. Who? Don't be snapping your neck. No, I'm looking at ooh. You're not overcommitting yourself. You're making sure that you have buy-in from the youth, that they're showing up, that they're doing, that they know. So somewhere in there, I think over here, let me see. Yeah, that they know what the requirements are for achieving something. So if you're doing just a general end of the year party, everybody can come to it. But say if you're doing a special, I don't know, some type of trip to something, and there got to be stipulations. Make sure that they know up front, and make sure that it is youth engaged, so that the youth help set the criteria on how to earn that. And then you make sure I always get a copy of that. And then every new person that comes, you make sure that they get a copy. This is how. So you all used to do jackets. So this is how you earn your jacket. These are the requirements. You know, you all may need to revisit that. What did we say? You know, you might need to revisit that. So things can be updated, but you have to have a time where it's introduced, and then at the next meeting it's discussed, and then the decision is made. Everything can't happen at that meeting when you bring it up. You bring it up, you can discuss it, say, okay, we're going to talk about this a little bit further at the next meeting. And so I need you all to be reviewing XYZ. You can share a copy on the in the Facebook group page. That's, you know, just very important. And so those things can be updated. So, and they're voted on. That needs to be recorded in the minutes. Now you understand, we're creating that paper trail. We're doing all things in order and decency. So I remember, I think I shared with you all the year that we got federally audited. And the lady said, you can't have the process in your head. It has to be on paper. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So that people know. And that way they can't challenge you back. So definitely. And then seek help. So I'm here. And yes, so I have the unique dynamics of being an agent and running a program. No one else has that. If you look at the agents, they do their programming, but I run a program called 4-H, but I still have requirements as an agent. I have a requirement to, so I'm a 3. So to have leadership, have a program of distinction, to write, to seek grants. So you see, so I have lots of other things, but you all are very valuable. And so I can't help you if you don't seek help. And there's some things that you may reach out to each other. So what will happen is this year I'm going to implement a leader group. It's going to be a closed group. Means you do not have the capacity to add anybody into the group on Facebook. And you all will go on Facebook. You will be in the group. Do you have Facebook now? Caroline has it. Okay, so we might have to add her for you. Do you check her thing? Oh, Mama, I think I need you to get Facebook. So, because lots of communication, even the University of Florida communicates a lot via Facebook. They do push on 4-H online. That's the other thing. So that's very important. They do push. So you want to make sure that 4-H online is comes into your inbox and not into your junk or spam. So that's something that's very important. But in that closed group, that's when you can have discussions. Well, have any of y'all, what do y'all think about X, Y, and Z? I don't have to be the expert. Some of you all have more insights. You have more experience in certain things than I do. My role is to make sure y'all stay in the lane. You can go all across the lane, but you just stay out the gutters. So that's my job. But also to bring you all the updates and I mean there's some good stuff that's coming out and that I will be sharing with you all. So make sure that you seek help. So meetings, we will be meeting the first three. I'm checking. Yes, I'm moving fast. The first, so September and October, we have meetings like this. And then the next ones will be just all Zoom. And then there's one that's scheduled to be face to face. So that's something that's very important. When I do video updates, which allows you to watch at your convenience, you need to watch those videos. I don't make, as cute as I am, and as much as I have great skills in terms of being able to shoot a video, edit that video, and get it out. I do it fast at work. My personal ones, I have so many videos on my phone, I got to get them out on my personal account. But there's going to be a code in there. Sometimes there will be a link to a survey. You all need to do that. That's your accountability. If you don't do that, then that means you're behind because I'm giving you some information, some key information. What is my one family that's doing the chick chain? Yes, you want to make sure that they get registered. They should have known, and Julie Dillard sent out a message to our chick chain people because that's an interesting project. It covers 4-H years, so they need to make sure that they get registered. So it's just nice if y'all would just send them a message. Yolanda just wanted us to make sure that y'all got re-registered for the new 4-H year because we know that you all are a part of the chick chain project. And then ask, by the way, how's that going? If you have not asked them or have asked them to share at the club meeting about the chick chain project. Because once this ends, which will be the show is September 28th in Washington County. I think it's on the paper. Then there'll be a pause and we'll start talking about the next, which kicks off usually February or March. And they did something totally different this year. We did not order chicks. They had to hatch out their own chicks in the 21-day window, and then they had to tell us what breed they had. You just need meat chicks, okay? You need meat chickens. Meat chickens don't get ugly, okay? Egg-laying chicken hens get ugly. That Destiny had me laughing, though. I ain't gonna take up y'all time. Let me keep on going. So what you have are your sign-in sheets. I only gave you 7. Use those sign-in sheets. Every time you have a meeting, make copies of them. If you're doing a community service project, you make sure that you have a copy of it. Make sure that you're taking pictures. Linda, thank you so much for all the pictures. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That when I send in my monthly reports for the county, I be pulling those. I don't have to be everywhere to get those pictures. So y'all get your pictures in. Y'all having a working session, y'all get those pictures in. A couple things I would ask y'all to consider. Think about what kind of day camp that you all's clubs can do during the summertime. So I have a Hester Peck, but she'll be volunteering in Gulf County. But because the Gulf County agent was serving as the interim regional agent, I was answering a lot of questions, and it was livestock questions. And so Melanie is not that abreast on the livestock. I've learned me some things over the years. So, but more so, it was the technical part of or the logistics of a club. So that's the part I was helping her with. Any of the animal stuff, she had to talk to Chef because I can't sit that in my brain. But she said, well, will your livestock club do a summer camp? I said, I know this year, no. I said the year before they did. Y'all did a workshop out in Greensboro, which was nice. So, but think about what kind of things that your club could do during the summertime. These people are interested, and the thoughts don't always have to come from me. So, but I'm here to help you in the process. Let's see. Okay. Finances, that no, you should not be holding money. If you collect money in the name of Gadsden County 4-H, even if you're doing, so I know this year I didn't do the pre-palooza, but that supports your 4-H club. That's still 4-H. So you fill out your forms. Your forms must be filled out before you do any fundraising. We have to dot our I's and cross our T's, and we have to watch our money. Okay? So because we have people at the state that's trying to watch our money for us. And we want to give them no reason. Our foundation is legitimate. We are a 501c3. And we want to make sure. And when I go to write up and do my audit and all that stuff in end of the year financial reports, everything just has to be decent and in order. So you always want to make sure that you are and those forms have not changed. So that you do your forms. When you do your fundraising, you turn in everything, then you submit your receipts to get reimbursed. So keep your receipts. You turn in your receipts to get reimbursed. That's something that's very important. Um, your affirmative action, just want us to say that during your club meetings that you want to make sure that all people understand that your clubs are open. Now I know yours is specifically after school program, so they have to be in that after school program. That's the caveat for you. But y'all's program, no, no ma'am, no sir. They're open to all youth. Now there is a limitation based on the number of volunteers you have. So you can't have 200 kids and only 2 adults. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. So that's something that's very important. Again, I would encourage you to state to the parents that come what you need. So if you need a support volunteer, just a general support volunteer, you let them know. But then you also let them know that they have to go through the process. They have to go through the screening process. That's something that's very important. If they're there and they're just bringing the snacks and setting up the snacks, that's fine. They don't have to be screened for that. If they're there and they come to teach a specific, they have a skill set, and they're coming to teach maybe a series to the kids, they do not have to be screened, but you all cannot leave them with the kids. It always has to be in the screened adults. The other thing is the policy of 2. You never ever want to be alone with a kid. So when I travel, if I need another female, I ask one of y'all. And it's 9 times out of 10 what I need is a male. So I'm gonna have to get another male. So Mr. JB will go with me everywhere. I know every now and then he gonna be like, well, I can't go with you. So, usually I need another male. So the policy of 2 is very important. Even if you just got to throw another adult in the vehicle with you, but it's best for that adult to be a certified chaperone. So they say, well, I don't want to do nothing, but I can go places with you. You have adults that will do that. Then you say to them, well, that's good. We need certified chaperones, but you got to go through the process. You still got to go through the process. Okay, so you may get some of those, and that's covering. So that okay. Let me see. Go down. Blah 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 blah. Stay in the club meeting dates. Be consistent, and then I need to know what is your date and what is your time and where are you currently meeting. And I know it's just odd for us, and so let me go ahead and drop the building update on you all now. It is a real thing, and it's gonna happen. So we're waiting for the final documents to be signed by the USDA on September 3rd. And when I know the groundbreaking, y'all will know the groundbreaking. But it is a real thing. Everybody throw your hands up. Woo, glory, hallelujah. Okay.
About time.
Angie said about time. So just FYI, and I will tell you all, it was not the county and it was not us. So look at our other partners. So that is something that's very important. So on the sign-in sheet, if y'all know your dates and your time, please put it on the sign-in sheet on the clipboard so that I will have that. So when I start marketing and sharing with people, that we will know. And I have been getting calls, people. Oh yeah, see, she just sent it to me. I have been getting calls. So and when I did the Havana meeting, Midway Day, Community Day, and that's the other thing. If y'all can do community days, y'all know about community days. It's all right to go as a club. Just ask me for the resources, and I will get them to you. Because I might not be able to do. I know I can't do every Saturday, and I might not be able to do that event. So like out there at the thing, I don't know if y'all have a table, to share information about 4-H. I can whip up some things and bring them out there. So you want to do that, and it just gives people perspectives. Something that we might want to think about is I don't know, some type of open house and those kind of things. Even though it makes it odd, or a fun day in early summer or something like that, or before whatever. But we want to think about that, and we want to bring our kids on into that. Your officer elections. Let me tell you all now. You can't talk about the officers on one month and elect officers in that month. I'm gonna tell you why. It can be challenged because it's not fair. Because I know y'all, and then here come Keisha, who has a better skill set than I do, but y'all don't know Keisha. And Keisha's not gonna say anything because she's new. So she's not gonna run for office because she don't even know what the offices are. And usually we're just running through. You know, who's to say that you all can't use technology and say, Yolanda, can you set up a Zoom? So the kids can log on to the Zoom and we can talk about officers and what potentials are there. See, that's again, technology. When I did my counselor training, I did in office and I did Zoom. Because they got their phones. They go somewhere with some Wi-Fi is. Them kids know where all the Wi-Fi is, the free stuff. So think about that because what you want that to be is to be very fair. And so that it can't be challenged. And you're not showing partiality because these kids been coming. Again, those kids still, and most likely they do win the office. But at least I got to hear, okay, so I'm required to do a speech to tell them about my experience. So then when I get up there and I'm trying to tell you, even though I'm new to your club, but this is all my leadership that I have. And you like, okay, then she actually has a higher level leadership. And the kids might, in wisdom say, this would be the person actually for us. So that's something that's very important. Yeah, I know. So, I'm gonna jump down here, then I'm gonna jump back up. The awards program is October 24th. October 24th is a busy day for me. I have Ag Adventures that day, the private schools and homeschool. Homeschool. So if you know any homeschools in Gadsden County that might want to attend on the October 24th for the Ag Adventures Day, it's targeted grades 4th, 5th, and 6th, then they need to reach out to me. I only have 40 slots. So that's that day. After that, I'm doing my advisory meeting at 6. From 6 to 7, which won't last that long. We tend not to last that long, is advisory. So you see, you're going to be with me all day, Destiny, basically. So, and then we're moving into the awards program. So that on that day, you want to make sure, I don't care if you just making certificates, if you went and got everybody a pencil or something. I want you to recognize your kids and I want you to recognize your adults, and just because we need to celebrate. That day is it's going to be at the North Florida Research Center. I will work out the food stuff. It is on your calendar, but I just definitely had to bring that up. And I'm just going to let y'all know. That's a very, very busy day. North Florida Fair booth opportunity. If you want to put in the booth this year, I know the Lifestyle Club did it, you will? Yes. Okay, so last year we did a lot of grace on some of them booths that came in. This year, there's no grace because they then talked about it at both the meetings. Maybe they recognize that, people went through a traumatic event. So make sure that your booth, that you read the criteria for the booth and how it should look, and that it should be related to your club, promoting your club. Make sure that Gadsden County is in there so people can see what county this is. And yeah, that part. And then the bands is in here. It's due. The ride bands are $15, and it's in the calendar. It's due October. It's in October. I know it's in October. Okay, that's an 8. I'm hearing you. 28th. Thank you. And then the exhibits. Your exhibits that they enter into the fair, you need to screen those exhibits. They talked about a lot of those exhibits last year. And so that a lot of counties did not screen those exhibits. And so you need to screen those exhibits. If they're not up to par, they don't meet the criteria, you bless the baby's heart and you don't turn it in. I know that we want to turn in everything for everybody, but everything can't go to the fair. And if you bring something into the office and you just couldn't say, Miss Yolanda gonna say, I'm sorry, that can't go. So that's something that's very, very important. Judging, I will need judges. I will send it out. So if you are free, I just make sure that whatever group that usually you have heavy crafts. So I would not put you in crafts. I will put you somewhere else. So we do need judges for that. September 17th will be our next meeting. Go on to Gretna. Take all your stuff with you. Travel safely. Oh, go to Havana, and I will send you a text first. Okay. All right. Yes, Miss Linda, please. Video updates. I talked about the awards and recognition program. The booth 17th. Finances. Yeah, so, and I will repeat what to her when she comes back. But the other thing is I need to know what you need from me. If it's in my realm, then I can do it. If it's not, I'm gonna let you know. It's not in my realm. It's not in my capacity. And when I say my realm, not just directly to me, but my resources, okay, my links. So I need to know what it is that you need to know or need to have for a successful year. And that may be something related to a topic or whatever. And what you all will get is I will go through some of the things that I have been learning about, and what they'll be is in short little tick things. Like they won't be no more than 15 minutes. And so I'm sure there will be something tied to that you will have to report back on. Go through the training, report back on it. I know that we are working on a volunteer retreat for our district, which is really awesome. I think that Angie went 1 year. Did you go 1 year too, Linda? Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 So, we know that we need to continue to help you all into building your skill set, because it should be, again, mutually beneficial. And some of the things that you learn, even though it's about 4-H, you can take and transfer it to other areas of your life. So those are kind of great things to build your skill set. So definitely, you just can send me that. You can send me an email, say, I need to know about this, that, and that. If you have not gone through the training that is on the volunteer link, that's there, the standard basic training, or it's been a minute, go through it. Now, there have been some updates. So some of those videos may have been needed to be taken down, because some of the best practices have it's an Amber Alert, have changed. One of the things, and I had mentioned this before, is that I can never lower the standard for what the state has established. I can only add to it, but I can never take it down. So I cannot nullify what the state says. That's our policies and procedures and best practices. So that's the thing. I will tell you all now, we did have growth, because we just did our ES 237 report in terms of our club members. You want to make sure that the parents are getting those fees in. They can pay online, or they can send the check directly to the University of Florida. If clubs are going to offset costs, y'all already need to have your agreement in place. What does that look like? Or if you're going to reimburse families back, then they need to know. So you can't. So I don't know if discussion has started happening with that, because clearly y'all had a meeting. So you want to make sure that if y'all going to pay half or whatever you're going to pay, or if it's a family with multiple kids and the club's going to help offset some of that, then again, the guidelines have to be clear. So that's something, and you want to have that discussion if you have not had that discussion. And then you want to send me that information, because everybody has a folder. Every club has a folder. I put it in there. So anytime I'm challenged on something by somebody that don't know, oh yes, they had this discussion on this day. This is what came from the secretary. So I have that information. Again, it's just proper procedures and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. And we're getting them paid. So a lot of people sat in the system last year. And so it's just $20. And you might say, Yolanda, $20 is a lot, but when you think about some of the things that you pay for, and that 20, so $10 comes back to my county. That helps me. So I do want to say that we had a lot of people that did pay their 20. And so you just want to make sure, however you're going to be, if you're going to give them back half. I know one year y'all did that last year. They had to do so many things, and you want to make sure. And if you have some of them folks that they don't be showing up, and then they be mad, then what you do? You send them a letter. What you do is you come in, you say, I need to draft a letter from the whatever. We'll draft that letter. We'll send it to the family because clearly they hadn't made it. But we want to make sure because we know there are a couple families they be acting like they don't know, but they know everything else. So what we want to do is, that's my job is to help you circumvent. You understand? So we will do our due diligence, and then that is something that is very, very important. Wally. So October the 4th, we are going to do a sewing event. I will announce it. I don't know where it's going to be. I will have to get back with Destiny. And you saw the lap quilt. That will be the first project that the kids will do. And then we'll go from there. Miss Forehand is, she's the one that worked with me this summer. So I did 4-day camps. I did them with Shade Tree. So I went Monday, was sewing. Tuesday was the healthy living one. So I went with Miss Lori. Just one time, I was only able to go with her one time out there at the PAEC. Wednesday was grilling, and then Thursday was entrepreneurship. And we ran that camp was open to all youth. It fills up fast because it went the whole 9 weeks of summer, and it was ridiculous how much she was charging. When I say ridiculously low, too low to cover the cost. And so I told her she had to raise her funds. That because I worked with her last year. I said, you're not building a sustainable program. It's not that she needed to pay for her salary, but in terms of your food and your supplies and things like that, you have to build a program that's going to be sustainable, and you need a little bit of seed money to roll into the next year. It's just like you all that run your clubs that do a lot of support. Linda is very good, and I know the Livestock Club is very good about getting sponsors and all those kind of things to help support specific projects, specific activities for the youth, and y'all get out there. But you always like to start off your year with some seed money, which is very good. I do look at those accounts every now and then. I'll pull them. I'll look at them. So if you think your funds start to get too high, then I'm gonna be saying, I don't know what you're gonna do, but y'all need to bring this down because we're not for profit. So we need to bring it down, and we want to make sure that we're not having any issues. I know that if y'all implement back to giving jackets, or the kids agree with that, or whatever, then I know to allow a little bit more carryover money for the next year. Because I know there's one year y'all had so many jackets going out. It was like, woof, will you have enough money to make that happen? So it's just so I pay attention to those kind of things. I check the Facebook pages, and I'm not going to do the social media training tonight. That will be part of the 17th talk. But I do check those, and you want to remind the parents that page is an official University of Florida Facebook page. And I don't want to put it in the status where I have to monitor every post, meaning that the post comes up, I have to look at the post and then allow the post. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot more work. But they may make us do it anyway, just for best practices. And so then if that happens, then I will let you all know. Y'all be like, well, why is I ain't seeing my post? So you will know, okay, yes, she had to implement it. Let me send her a text message. Yolanda, there's a post pending. Have you been on the page yet? We need you to approve that post. And be like, okay, you send me a text message. I won't be offended. I might be just traveling. I just hadn't been. When I travel, I don't look at Facebook. But I can pop on. I will get the message on my phone. Y'all have my cell phone number. It's on there. Then I could go in and just pop on the page and approve it. So those kind of things. Any questions? No questions? No questions? Hold on. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna be under the bed. I'm like, doggone it. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Send it to, yes, get all of them. Get them all. I want to talk about the Northwest 4-H Team Planning Committee. As you can see, in September, it's open until the 17th for any team that wants to be on that committee. They have to send me the following information. So you want to communicate with your youth. That's on the calendar in September. Yeah. Then their first meeting will be the 24th. So if they didn't send me the information, they won't get the link to the Zoom. That's not a public thing. So if they want to be on that planning committee, then they send me what they need, and 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be put on there. Okay, that's leadership opportunity. Then they gotta, then I'm gonna tell them, don't be committing Gadsden County nothing until you clear with me, because I might not be able to make every night. And then, of course, I put on there that, they have to be appropriately dressed. Any Zoom meeting, they can't be walk around with the hair rollers in. So some days I like to do that, but I put my bonnet on, and I can't have my mask on, especially when I cannot be at home. And of course, yes. And then we talked about when the North Florida Fair exhibit registration begins. It says now until October 1st. So, which means on the 4th, I think I have it on the 4th that they bring the stuff in, or maybe the 1st. I may have pushed you back. That's just for wiggle room. Okay. And then, let's see, the district council meeting kickoff is October the 1st as well. That is for youth 13 and above. This is great because they get to meet the youth from the other 6 counties. We're meeting in Leon County. All their meetings are face-to-face. FYI, Art and Garden is October 5th. Are y'all doing
The food, yes.
That's what I was waiting on. She answered me. The food.
Yeah, I just hadn't got the form from what's her name. She's supposed to be sending it to me so I can fill it out and get it to you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You might need to send her a message. She was just kind of inundated.
I did. I just talked to her while I was talking to you.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. See, look at it. And then the West Florida Stairway In is on October 12th. So can
I ask a question right quick?
Uh-huh.
I haven't had a chance to email no one yet. Is the arena still functionable? I know they used it for March for the show. Are we still allowed to use it?
I believe so.
The reason why is because we've been discussing having the Pigpalooza in January.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to make sure.
Right. So what you do is you send a message to Shep and you make sure you CC me, okay?
Okay.
Oh, and FYI, did you see his message concerning that steer? Did you bring that up at the meeting? That Monica Brinkley. Joseph Brinkley has the steer.
Okay.
Check both your emails and search for Shep. He sent it. Yes.
All right, I'll check it out and see if I can find it.
Okay. And then so the Art and Garden, yes. It has a full name. I'll be out there all day because we have our 4-H booth and I'm the chair of that booth, specific booth. So I just look over y'all at the tent while I'm over there in the kids zone. So make sure you share that with your parents. That's a great event. And then, of course, if you're a gardener, then you would want to pick up some flowers because the Friends of Extension will be selling flowers. Then you have, I have the 4-H Ag Adventures Week. And again, our private school and homeschool day is on October 24th. So if you know any homeschool parents that have fourth to sixth graders, put them in contact with me so that we can, so then when I get ready to send out the packets, I'll make sure they get a packet. Our advisory meeting, like I said, is the 24th, and then our awards program is the 24th. The North Florida Fair band money, which is $15, is due by October the 28th. There's no date after that. So you want to make sure that you share that. So, do like, somebody brought up this thing, like, so some people, when they go to church, they get the message, then they take like keynotes. And then they go back and they basically repreach the message on their social media. like the key points are the thing that stood out to them. So preach the message because I'm giving you key dates and you want people to go ahead and grasp those dates. The 4-H exhibit check-in will be on the 4th. The judging is on the 6th. Of course, the office is closed for Veterans Day. The judging day is the 16th. The checkout is on the 18th from 10 to noon. That's a change in time. It used to be to 1 o'clock. And that also means your booth has to be down, Linda. Okay? And then, of course, it has the retreat planning. Registration opens for the team retreat in December. So as soon as that drops, that goes live, they can register. I have been in the past. I just have to see what the final budget's going to be. I understand. I thought I saw somewhere. I had to send my state report in because I'm the Northwest District Director for our professional association fraternity, actually, ESP, and so I think there's a little bit of cuts, so there may be some adjustments in there. So I don't know how or all I'll be able to do. But if you know that you have youth that participate, then you might want to start getting them on the grind and start doing some fundraisers to offset some of that cost. It is a great event, and fortunately, in 2018, we called it the zombie apocalypse, and we focused on survival, which was hurricane preparedness. And a lot of those kids use those skills that they learned from that. So then January the 4th is the swine weigh-in from 9 to 11. Then camp counselor applications are due. All right, so Arbor Day is a question. If Arbor Day happens, it will be on the 17th. Tom Giblin retired, and Mr. Finley died. You did know that, Linda, right? David Finley. Okay, yes, he died. So, but the young man Mitch, who I met and would assist with that program, he's supposed to be getting me more information back. Another Amber Alert. Same one. Lord have mercy. And then, of course, your leader meeting. We will set the date for January. I just don't know. And then the county for its Tropicana contest. And then, of course, the deadline to register for the team retreat. So, and then there's more things. I will tell you all, the other thing is you want to introduce your people to the Florida4H.org website, because there are lots of events. Like this would be like multiple pages. That's a lot of stuff there already. And then I had to make it big enough for us to see. Y'all notice I made it big. I didn't make it tiny. But there's so many things that are happening at the state level. Like I don't have 4-H University on there. I may have it on there. I guess I take it back. I know Leadership Adventure Weekend is not on here. A few other things. Residential camp, I know will be in June, but I just don't know when. And then with the change in faculty, I don't even know when we have our first meetings to start our post-fair meeting. So just wanted to share with y'all this little thing says Explore 4-H. It gives the benefits of 4-H. Some of the things that the kids can do, and it's a promotional piece. And then I shared this again on your pages, which you can reshare on your personal pages. You can copy it. This is downloadable. You do know that you can download documents off of Facebook. You do know that, right? So, okay, just FYI, you can. So, and share it on your personal pages, your friends' community pages, any of those kind of things that you're just, starting to promote, but also that you're seeking. When you ask a person, an adult, to assist you, it's key to know what roles you're trying to fill. Like, so I know one of the big things for you all was when y'all had a judging coach. That was like awesome. And Charlie was supposed to, come back. Then Charlie, I don't know what happened to her. And then Patricia Edenfield was supposed to start the horse club again. Then she didn't do it. So other things. So I'm be like, pokey, what happened to y'all? So, but just know what it is that you all need before you ask an adult. And the updated roles, I have to find the link, but it should be on the website, on the Florida 4-H website when you click on the volunteer. Um, so hopefully they have gotten all of that updated, and so that people could see. So what is the commitment, and you be honest, the commitment. And the thing is, again, don't overcommit. You have a life. You all work. Some folks I know travel all over the sundry places and be leaving me here. And so you want to be realistic with them and your expectations. And that's very important. And then again, you let them know the process, that if they're really committed. And I have followed with her multiple times. Um, but I will send her an email. I know she changed jobs and those kind of things. Evie, she began the process. She ain't finished the process. So you have people that have good intentions, and it's not saying that their intentions have changed. They just haven't finished the process. So just know I am talking to people. It's just getting them to finish their process. I send a little message, say, is this still a thing? And I need to know, because if it's not a thing, your focus changed. That's good. Now I know, but when your focus comes back and you have time and energy, then come on and go through the process, whatever it may be in a year from now. I have covered a lot, but this is very important so that you hear it out of my mouth. And like I said, hopefully this did right and it did record so that I can put it in our on our YouTube channel. So you can say that Yolanda talked about so many things, and all I can think about is I'm hungry, and she better hurry up and finish talking. Oh yeah, good Lord, we went 2 hours. Two of that? No, what time is it? Bad math. Okay, no, I just say Lord, but I talked 2 hours. Somebody help me now. We went 18 minutes after the hour, so we actually did really good. This would be the longest meeting that you all will have. Usually, the ending starting, we just get updates, things like that. Other than that, I'm gonna break it down, or I'm gonna do a meeting and supplemental videos, because I do value your time, and certain things I can just train on, and you can watch it, give me the feedback that I request in that video. But those detailed things that I need to talk to you all about, then I'm going to talk to you about. That's one of the things that is required of me. They say, good, you have not been having enough volunteer meetings. I'm thinking myself, I done moved, and then we had a hurricane. But there's still no account. Again, Linda asked me the questions. She had questions. She asked me all the questions, and I answered all the questions, and Destiny as well. So anything that you need to know, that's fine. Ask me. If I don't know it, I have no shame in my game to tell you I don't know it. Let me go find the information, and I will find the information. Now, I may not be able to blink my eyes and get the information to you right back. It might take a moment, because it depends on who I'm asking. That they have other things on their plate, or they need to get the PC answer for me and send it back so I can give it to you all. Okay? Whew. You good, Angie?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So she sent me her thing, and then you wrote down, did you write your meeting time and things on the schedule, on your sign-in sheet? Okay, so I can have that when I, like I said, start marketing, because I'll be putting things in the paper, and just promoting. A couple other things is, I just want to tell you all, is that I will also be talking to some existing organizations that work with youth, and invite them to have a 4-H day. So on that day, that's when they do their 4-H club. Because some of these organizations meet with their kids a couple of times a month. And that's another opportunity for them to add another layer of positive youth development, and gives the kids, and it's expanding their opportunities. So I'll be doing that. And then also I will be really looking at schools to expand there. And so I know I have a Crossroad is going to be doing the Life Smart program. So I already said to Cameron, I would, for you all to consider being a spin club, because they just do the lifestyle, but actually Life Smart, which is a financial program, goes to full breath. And but I know she got bogged down in the first few weeks of school. So that's why we don't send out anything to our schools until like next week. So they'll start getting their school enrichment information for its Tropicana, Ag Adventures. They'll start getting their information for that. Okay? All right. Well, thank y'all so much. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Let's see. Let's see. Stop share. Oh yay! It was recorded. I see somebody stove. What you cooking?
Girl, I ain't cooking nothing. This crazy house has 2 stoves in it.
Oh, hey, that's for when you did that serious cooking.
Yeah, that's what you call it, but it ain't cooking.